This program provides education, not advice. Sponsors pay a fee for endorsements and interviews. See the truthayf.com disclosure page for details.
This is where technology, innovation, and personal finance come together.
This is The Truth About Your Future with Rick Edelman. Brought to you by Global X ETFs, dedicated to providing investors with unexplored intelligent solutions, and by Invesco QQQ. Anyone can become an agent of innovation with Invesco QQQ. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
It's Tuesday, May 30th. Hope you had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Odds are good. I'm hoping that you got the opportunity to spend it with some family, and it's family I have in mind today. In my very first book, The Truth About Money, which was published way back in 1997, there have been 4 subsequent editions published since then. That book was a big deal. It was named Book of the Year when it was first published. It had won all kinds of awards and set several records for publishing. And one of the things I said in that book was out the door by 24. In other words, when you graduate college, if you're going to move back home with mom and dad, just do that as a short-term stopgap to get out on your own and act like the adult that you are. Well, that was 1997. The world is really very different today. Out the door by 24? That seems to be an antiquated notion. Considering today's cost of living, the massive amount of student loan debt that most people graduating college end up with, and how nice mom and dad's house is compared to a cramped studio apartment or one you've got to share with a roommate you don't know very well, well, the statistics are astonishing. Today, half of Americans under the age of 30 live with their parents. Now, a couple of messages here. If you're going to be living with your parents, wonderful. I get it. You're saving a lot of money. But are you, in fact, saving that money? That's the whole point of living with mom and dad. You avoid the costs of living independently. That means the salary you are earning from your job, you should be able to toss an awful lot of that into savings and investments. It's important that that's exactly what you're doing. Partly for your long-term future, retirement, but more importantly, to build up that nest egg and eventually moving out on your own and buying your own home. Simultaneously, let's recognize that although it might be free for you to live with mom and dad because they love you, it's not free to them. The mere presence of you in that home means food expenses are higher. Chances are the water bill is higher, the gas and electricity bills are higher, the cable bills are higher. If you're using their car, well, you're contributing to the depreciation of that automobile, not to mention the wear and tear on the car with repairs and maintenance, as well as the cost of gasoline. Oh, and even extending to insurance. So, if you're that young adult, you need to be acting like one and contributing to the household finances. You also need to be contributing to the chores. Who's doing the shopping? Who's doing the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry? Help out. Be an active, engaged participant in the house. You're not a surly 14-year-old anymore. You don't get away with it. And if you're the parents, we need to have a real serious adult-type conversation with our children about how long exactly you're expecting them to stay in the house and what contributions are you expecting, financial as well as participatory, in the maintaining and operations of the home. And if you've got a bunch of children, we need to be talking about all of this regarding all of these kids, because you add it all up and the implication is huge. A lot of parents are subsidizing their children who are in adulthood to the point that the parents are sacrificing their own retirement savings. If we're going to treat this as a family affair, then let's do so openly, with open communication. And if you are interested in the changing nature of our population, you ought to consider a really interesting ETF from Global X. It's called the Aging Population ETF, symbol AGNG. Talk about it with your financial advisor. The link is in our show notes. Hey, if you're a financial advisor or an accredited investor and you want to get a deep dive into the world of crypto, Come to Vision. It's the longest-running digital assets investment conference specifically for financial advisors and accredited investors. You'll get the cutting-edge educational content and actionable ideas from leading investors and industry thought leaders. This event is June 12 to 14 in Austin. Our keynote speakers include downtown Josh Brown from CNBC, Patrick McHenry, who's the chair of the House Financial Services Committee, and Dave Hirsch, who heads crypto enforcement for the SEC. We're also going to teach you how to mint your own NFTs. A ton of fun, lots of great knowledge, and wonderful networking. Check out the details at dacfpvision.com. The link is in the show notes. I'll see you tomorrow.
The Truth About Your Future is sponsored by Global X ETFs. Listeners of this program enjoy fresh perspectives on the financial topics that matter most, especially the rise of exponential technologies. And right now, there may be no faster-moving tech story than the rise of artificial intelligence. But despite some exciting new developments, like the launch of ChatGPT, we are only beginning to scratch the surface of AI's potential. So, which companies will have staying power? As an investor, it's hard to know, which is why Global X ETFs specializes in thematic investing strategies that harness the potential of numerous companies involved in an emerging trend, all in a single trade. Explore our investment approach along with our latest research on the emergence of AI at globalxetfs.com/insights.
The Truth About Your Future with Rick Edelman is sponsored by Charles Schwab. Schwab's passion for serving clients is more than standard practice. It's part of who they are. With transparent pricing, 24/7 live support, and a satisfaction guarantee, the people at Schwab go the extra mile to help you on your investing journey. They're not just financial people, they're people too. Learn more at schwab.com/whyschwab. That's schwab.com/whyschwab.
How do advances in science, technology, and medicine translate into investment opportunity? Listen and learn.
This is The Truth About Your Future with Rick Edelman.